Adolf Hitler and the occult. Did the Nazis try to harness supernatural powers? For decades, whispers of a hidden world behind the Third Reich have circulated among historians, conspiracy theorists, and curious minds alike. Beyond the tanks, trenches, and terror, was there a darker, more arcane force driving Adolf Hitler and his inner circle? Were the Nazis merely political fanatics, or were they seekers of ancient magic, occult artifacts, and supernatural power? As strange as it sounds, there is documented evidence that Nazi leadership dabbled in the mystical and the esoteric in ways that blur the line between historical fact and Gothic horror. The roots of Nazi occultism. Long before Adolf Hitler seized power in Germany, secret societies and occult movements were flourishing in Europe. Among the most influential was the Thule Society, a nationalist and occult group obsessed with Aryan origins, lost civilizations like Atlantis, and mystical knowledge. This organization was not just a fringe club, it served as a key ideological incubator for the Nazi Party itself. Many early members of the Nazi Party, including Rudolf Hess and Heinrich Himmler, were associated with the Thule Society. The Thule Society believed in a mythical northern civilization that once possessed incredible spiritual power. They sought to revive this ancient knowledge to restore what they believed to be the pure Aryan race. This obsession would lay the foundation for Nazi racial ideology, but it would also open the doors to a darker realm, one that mixed pseudoscience with the occult. Hitler's fascination with the supernatural. While Adolf Hitler publicly dismissed religion and supernatural beliefs, privately he seemed deeply influenced by them. Reports from people close to him, including his personal physician and associates, suggest that Hitler believed in astrology, clairvoyance, and destiny. He reportedly consulted astrologers and mystics during critical moments of his reign, including the timing of military invasions. Hitler also held a morbid fascination with ancient relics, particularly the so-called Spear of Destiny, a legendary artifact said to have pierced the side of Jesus Christ during the crucifixion. According to legend, whoever possessed the spear would hold the power to rule the world. When German forces annexed Austria in 1938, Hitler had the spear seized from the Habsburg treasury. Whether he believed in its power or used it for psychological effect, his obsession with it is well documented. Heinrich Himmler and the cult of the SS. If Hitler flirted with the occult, Heinrich Himmler, the head of the SS, embraced it wholeheartedly. Himmler attempted to transform the SS into a sort of modern-day knightly order, blending Aryan mythology, pagan rituals, and occult symbolism into its identity. He even transformed Wewelsburg Castle into the spiritual center of the SS, redesigning it with ritual chambers, zodiac motifs, and a black sun emblem thought to represent mystical energy. Himmler funded expeditions in search of mythical artifacts and ancient knowledge. These missions included travels to Tibet, Iceland, and the Middle East, with the goal of proving the supremacy and mystical origins of the Aryan race. Some SS officers were even tasked with collecting occult books, grimoires, and magical relics from across Europe. Nazi expeditions and occult research. Among the strangest activities carried out under Nazi rule were the expeditions sponsored by the Ahnenerbe, a research institute founded by Himmler. Officially, the Ahnenerbe was devoted to studying the ancestral heritage of the German people. In reality, it engaged in bizarre projects that combined archaeology, folklore, and occultism. In 1938, Nazi researchers were sent to Tibet, where they measured skulls and studied ancient texts in search of racial connections to the Aryans. In other cases, they searched for the Holy Grail, Atlantean ruins, and runic artifacts believed to contain lost wisdom or supernatural power. One of the most haunting aspects of these quests was the belief that by controlling the secrets of ancient civilizations, or even summoning supernatural forces, the Nazis could gain power beyond modern science. These missions were not just scientific, they were spiritual crusades, driven by a belief in a mystical destiny. Occult symbols in Nazi imagery. The Nazis' use of symbols was anything but accidental. The swastika, long before it was corrupted by Nazism, was a sacred symbol in Hinduism, Buddhism, and ancient European cultures, often associated with the sun, energy, and cosmic power. By adopting this ancient icon, the Nazis sought to connect their regime with an eternal, mythic past. Other symbols, such as the SS runes, black sun, and eagle motifs, were carefully chosen for their occult resonance. These were not mere decorations, they were used as tools of psychological warfare and ideological reinforcement, meant to instill awe, fear, and a sense of divine authority. Myth or reality? So, did Hitler and the Nazis truly believe they could harness supernatural powers? Or were these occult elements simply tools to manipulate the masses, create mythologies, and build a godlike image of the Führer? The answer likely lies somewhere in between. While many of the claims surrounding Nazi occultism are exaggerated or wrapped in conspiracy theories, there is solid historical evidence that Hitler and key Nazi leaders took mysticism seriously. Whether through astrology, ritual, or sacred relics, they sought something beyond reason, something ancient, powerful, and perhaps otherworldly. In the end, the Nazi regime fell not by magic or prophecy, but through the harsh realities of war. Yet their dark fascination with the occult remains one of the most chilling, and bizarre, chapters in modern history.